Hello to my dear subscribers, to those who follow me on my live streams. Finally, I got back to regular Wednesdays live streams, and I hope I will be able to follow this idea to do regular live streams on Wednesdays for you. Sometimes alone, just myself, sometimes with interesting experts from different fields and industries. But of course, they are some way connected with your questions, with your inquiries. Hi, Solomon. Thank you for always being with me on all my live streams. So, as always, you are welcome to please ask questions if you have them, share your experience, and we will have more lively discussion. And this live stream will be more interesting when we are able to talk, and not only me is talking. And today I chose such topic to talk with you, to discuss with you as stages of relationships in a couple, of course. As soon as most of my videos, they are more concentrated on a dating stage in a couple. Today we'll look more into the stages of relationships till the end of couple, let's say. And actually, there are many different theories, many different approaches how to divide this stages and which type of relationships people form on each stage. But I will try to tell you about some of them, and I'm connecting several approaches, giving you the general frame, how relationships move, the dynamics of relationships in a couple, and they are, these changes of stage, they are quite they can be regular, they can repeat from time to time. So first stage, can you guess what it is? So Solomon, tell me please, what is the first stage of relationships in a couple? How it can be called? I'm thinking about our internet connection. So, yeah, you guessed, Solomon. Thank you. Yes, it's dating, and actually, yeah, it's dating. And actually, it's a stage when you find out if you are right for each other, if you find out if you have chemistry. And in one of my videos, I told that chemistry is not only physical attraction and not only good sex, but also good relationships, emotional connection, intellectual connection, and so on. So the first stage is dating. If you are successfully going through it, then on this stage you are falling in love. If you are not successful at the moment with this person, you just go to date another person. And in general, we all strive to fall in love after all, and to love and to be loved. So you are doing dating with different partners till you find the one, then you fall in love on this stage. I got a butterfly, it seems, in our office now. So you are dating several partners probably. Then you chose the one with whom you fall in love, and you start more and more dating. And on this stage, when you are in love, there is also the first stage of the typology of American psychologists Ellen Bader and Peter Pearson. Maybe you heard about them. So this stage, if you fall in love, it's called confluence, according to their stages. And even in Russian, we call it like confluence. And they compare relationships in a couple with how a little child is growing and what type of connection he has with his mother. So it is the same like when little child is given birth. He is strongly connected with his mother. He can't live without her at all. He needs her constant presence with him, and he doesn't want to leave her for any minute. The same happens in a couple when they are in love and they just got this feeling. These people in love, they don't want to be apart at all, or they try to be as much time together as they can. They are loving, they are very tender to each other, they are very attentive, and there is much space for thinking that your partner, your match is perfect now. Everything seems perfect because in addition to hormones that are influencing us on this stage, we also often try to find in this new person some perfect traits that we expected to find, and sometimes we believe this person has them, but in fact he or she doesn't. But on this stage, we don't see the true often, but we believe in the best. There is a great role of fantasies that this person is perfect for you, and you live in it. But as it's made by nature for us, so that we could have kids, to form couples, and we can't get rid of it. But maybe it's good, it's the beauty of our life, because on this stage, probably it is the only stage when people feel the happiest people on the earth. They are the centers of life for each other. They are flying because of love, and so on. As I told you in many of my videos, it's better to date a longer time, maybe travel somewhere together, maybe live some time together, and give it time, because the first stage of falling in love, it lasts like 3 months and more, up to 3 years, they say. But I think during 1 year you can date, you can try to live together, to when you feel right, it's right, and then in 1 year you can make the decision if you want to develop the relationships with this person or not, because by the year you already have more clear vision of a real person next to you. So everything is influencing on us now, our fantasies, our dreams about the right person, hormones, and so our body, everything. Just try to keep rational and take your time, and probably don't make kids, because if it's wrong person after all, there will be issues with kids then. But if all people would be so rational, probably we would have much less people on the earth, if we always act logically and rationally. Let me read the comments now, and we will continue. Yeah, yes, Solomon, the start of relationship is always the most exciting. I agree with you fully. So everything is, if everything is good between a couple, and people developing of their relationship, they form an official couple, or they get married, or they live in together, but all their families not each other, so they official couple already. And on this stage, people still can enjoy being fall in love. They are enjoying each other and they are happy. But sooner or later, there is the other stage, according to the typology of Pearson and Eileen Bader. It is the second stage, and it's called differentiation. So it happens like with a child too. On some, at the age of 3, around 3, a child starts to want to be more independent from parents, and especially from mom. He realizes something about himself. He wants more freedom, and he still needs some emotional connection, but he's more curious about investigated the environment and rolled around. The same happens in a couple. People already start to notice difference between them. They start sometimes they start to think if that this person next to them is not perfect. Already, it's not so perfect, and people start to wonder if they really want to stay together or it's better to change the route at this stage. So some people they stay together, they still stay together on this stage. Some people they get break up because after all the hormones worked, you see the real person next to you and you see all the advantages and disadvantages of this person's behavior. You see the difference in your life views, in your opinions, and so on. And it is the right time to understand if you are able to overcome all the differences and you still want to be with this person, or these differences is too, there are too many differences between you and you can't live with it. So it's quite sad, difficult, but very important stage that influence your further life a lot. And it's useful on this stage to remember what we discussed before. What is really critical for you in relationships, in your partner, what where you can make compromise, and to make right decision if you stay with this person or you choose someone different maybe in some time. So it is this third stage. It's disappointment and differentiation in a couple. And the next stage in a couple, this fourth stage, is the stage of actions. When after people understood they are different, they accepted each other, then they start to be concentrated on their own achievements, on their careers, interests, hobbies, and they are doing it like independent person. Sometimes people sometimes they are not so close as it was before on the first stage, but still they notice the difference, they respect it, and they have a personal space for each other, and in many cases they are concentrated with their own achievements in life, in career sometimes, and so on. And after all, there is a true love, as they say, the fourth stage. True love is when after all this, people understand the value of each other and they want to be close again. They want to feel love. They want to share it. And on this stage of actions, I'm sorry, on this stage of true love, there is a renewal of relationships, and people again try to be closer. They appreciate being a couple. They spend more time together, and so on. So this circle, it can happen several times per life of couple, and it depends. The success of a couple, the lasting love, depends a lot on two people taking part in this couple. Some other authors, psychologists, they divide the stages of relationships according to the to children in the couples. For example, they say the first crisis is getting the first child in the family. The system changes a lot. A woman starts to be more concentrated with the kid. And it is a big task for a couple to stay together this period of time. The second child is the other crisis, and so on and so on. And the true feelings, to understand if you have a true couple, you can do it after your kids grown up, they leave the home, and then there is a couple again as it was before, just two. And if you still have something to do just with each other, if you still enjoy the company of each other, this is a true love and true couple. So I told you shortly about the stage that can be in relationships, about what's happening, what type of difficulties you can meet, you can face. while you are building relationships. And now I'm waiting for your questions. And let me read the comments. It's so part of dating and learning about your partner, and if you can see yourself with them in the long term. Yes, Solomon. Thank you. Careers can get in the way and affect the relationship, but I think this happens more in the West than with Ukrainian women who puts family first. Yeah, I totally agree with you, because I'm even surprised myself how often mostly American and European men tell me that they got divorced or they stopped the relationships because the woman was too career oriented. Even when these women are 30, 35, 33, they still think about career more than about family and kids. But I didn't hear such complaints from local men about local women. So yes, on some stage it can be the difficulty, but again, it relies a lot to uh, what you had to understand on the first stage of relationships, when you was dating and you was discussing your goals for the future, your views in life, your understanding of a family. You could notice what are expectations of this woman from the marriage. But sometimes, as I told, hormones, passion, and just fall in love with illusions, it influences us a lot, and we don't notice the very important things. So, dears, if you have some other questions, please ask me. Solomon, it seems you are the one who's commenting now. I hope later subscribers will watch this video and find it useful for the relationships. How soon do Ukrainian women expect to be engaged? I think that 1 year is enough. When they are dating 2-3 years, they are already starting to worry. I noticed even among my friends and among my clients, girls start to call us and ask us why he doesn't propose me. Sometimes, yeah, it happens. So I think that 1 year, 1.5 is enough. But if you are from different country and you are not seeing each other personally a lot, maybe a little bit more time is required. But it's better to make effort if it's possible, and to see each other as soon as it possible, as often as it possible. And Solomon, tell me please, at your place, how when people make the decision to get married officially in what time, or many prefer just to live together without official marriage. Please share. From your experience, what is the best way to get my Ukrainian lady working in my country? As I worry, her educational experience may not be counted in my country. As I remember, you're from UK, and I don't know so many details about work here. Usually, our clients, when they get married, men, they apply to local lawyers. They make the documents for getting visa, and women and men helps her to seek the ways to work in her countries or without us. So I'm not sure how it works in UK. In many cases, our couples, they get married and quite soon they have a child. So a woman doesn't work for some time. In the UK, I think people wait like 2-3 years before they get engaged or married. Yeah, the same here, I would say. But recently, I made a little research in my Facebook with around 3,000 of friends, and I asked why people need official marriage nowadays, and I almost didn't have answers. So I guess official marriage is becoming more rare. If there are no kids, many people just live together. Here, there is the same trend. I guess in Europe, it's even more. It's more often case. Please write me if you have more questions, and we will finish soon. Today's topic is quite short. I told you just the about the state of relationships, pretty short information, precise, and I'm interested in talking to you more. I heard that the only place for Ukrainian ladies to get a visa to travel outside of Ukraine is only in Kiev. Is this true? Get a visa to travel outside. Depends on the country where she wants to travel. If there is embassy in consulate in Kiev, she should go here. Sometimes she doesn't go to consulate at all. For example, tourist agency can help her to make the documents. And there are some consulates are also in Odessa, so she doesn't need to go to Kiev. Depends on the country where she wants to go. But now, because of coronavirus, we are highly restricted in traveling, so not so many countries are opened like it was before. I hear there are more viewers now. So we are almost finishing our live stream, and you have a chance to ask questions about the topic or share your experience about stages of your relationships in your couple and how it was and what is the result today. So I want to tell you there are many different approaches, many different methods to understand the dynamics in a couple, different attempts to divide the life circle of a couple into different stages. But it's important to understand, to feel your heart, and to it. I think it's the biggest task is to understand and differentiate if there is just temporary issues in your couple and they are possible to overcome, or there is a big difference between your values, your way of life, and it's better to break up. It's the question for myself too at the moment, so I'm wondering about it, and I didn't find the exact answer. Only listening to your feelings and to your heart and to this internal voice, how we call it. Please share with me what you think about it, how to find the difference between temporary issues in a couple connected with the stage of relationship when a disappointment is impossible to avoid, and how to understand if you are not right couple, if you are not meant to be with each other and better to break up. How did you do it in your life? Meanwhile, Alexandra, hi. To migrate to UK for non-EU citizens, the best way to do it is by marriage with somebody who resides in UK. Otherwise, it's not possible to bring somebody here. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I heard that even getting a tourist visa is the most difficult here. It's even more difficult than to the US. Mm-hmm. Yes, Solomon, that's great. You know, I don't know if you are allowed by your country, but people from US, for example, they can come here easily now. They just go to pass the test at the airport or in the city for coronavirus. They get the insurance before traveling here, and they can enter Ukraine. So maybe you can find an opportunity to come here soon, even if there is still coronavirus in the world. I think this is the problem with our world for the nearest years, probably. But people still want to live, to love, to travel, and there are ways to do it already. However, there is coronavirus, so maybe you can come earlier or in early 2021 because it's quite soon. Yeah, talking online, just thought that it's more about the first stage of relationships, but again, not you can't you can't feel the person fully just talking online. So it's better to meet as soon as it possible. Hi, John. Uh, Hi, John. Yeah, it's opened. Before I noticed many when this story just started with the virus. Many of our clients were frightened. They preferred not to travel. But now, step by step, again, more clients are applying and they are planning traveling. However, there is a virus. So I hope you can come to Ukraine soon too. There is the danger of virus, of course, in the world, but we can't be stopped like this for several years, I think. In fact, I hear more and more cases around, even among my friends now, that they got coronavirus, but most of them they got recovered. It wasn't easy. They felt very bad, but most of them they stayed at home and they got recovered. So I still believe that this virus is not so dangerous like we described. But I'm not a doctor, so I can't say for sure. It's just my personal opinion. UK residents don't need to take a test while visiting Ukraine. The problem is upon return, where they need to self-isolate for 14 days, as UK doesn't recognize the test. I understand. Yeah, if you are, for example, if you are working actively, you don't have a vacation and you should be in the office, yeah, you can't allow to stay 14 days at home after traveling here. It is soon, but I'm also saving money for this trip. Hopefully, I will feel a connection with this lady, but I won't know till I meet her face to face instead of just online via Skype. I agree with you. You can discuss many things, and you can really feel emotional and intellectual connection with her online, for sure. But of course, you need to check the reality. Здравствуйте. Добрый вечер. It's great you wrote in Russian. Do you deal with male clients only from the West? Yeah, mostly our clients are coming from US, Canada, Europe, European countries, New Zealand, and Australia. We had some clients from Singapore, India too, but it's usually more difficult to work with them as less women are looking for men from these countries than from European and American. But I usually talk personally with each client to understand each personal case, and only then I can understand if we can help a client or not. Because sometimes we have, for example, Indian clients who are residing in US and have US citizenship, and they are acting like Americans. They have a even close culture already and looking very, very good. In this case, we can work. But of course, we don't have ladies who wish to move to India. So if you have more questions, please ask. Maybe I don't know you, but if you made such a decision, maybe. So dears, we finish now, and the next live streams will be on Wednesday, again, the next Wednesday. And on Wednesday 14th, I will have an interesting expert meeting us. I will keep it a secret now, but 1 week before, I will let you know. So have a nice evening, have a nice day, depending on where you are now. And talk to you soon, meet you soon. Goodbye. Thank you for joining me tonight. One more question, let me ask, and we will finish. What is the best way to send flowers to a lady in Ukraine? There are many websites suggesting this service in Ukraine, and we can also do it. We usually do it for our clients. So you can apply to us too, and we can do it for you, for your girl, if she lives in Odessa or in the other city too. Just write me and I will give you details. Thank you, Solomon, for many good encouraging words always on all my live streams. Thank you. So goodbye to everyone, and I wish you to find your love when you are fully ready. Bye-bye.